Hello, welcome back to Space Engineers. Just sitting here, standing here, enjoying the sunrise because by the end of this episode, we won't be able to see the sunrise from this side of the garage foundation. As you can see, I have already filled in the floor. I used the concrete block. It's a modified block, and then as you can see, most of it's the darker color. And then where I have a lighter color is where I've got conveyor junction boxes down below. Also, I did finish the command building. Like, I got it all furnished. Here is the officer's lounge. A little wet bar there. Nice big fireplace with couches. A reading corner over here. Pool tables and ping pong. Then in here in the nanites room, we've got the two nanite factories. This one is for repair and construction primarily, and then this one, I've got it split between projection construction and cleanup. And then we've got all these consoles down this wall with screens up there, which eventually will have read-offs. And then the officers' mess hall here with kitchen and tables and such. We go upstairs. This floor just has 4 suites on it. And as you can see, they're pretty well decked out. Nice bathroom over there. Got the cryo chamber. Even a bed. A couple couches with TV. Bookshelves. And a full kitchen here. And all 4 of these rooms are the same like that. Up on the 3rd floor, you just have 3 of these rooms that are set up for officers of the base. These would be junior officers up here, 3 of them. And then this room here is kind of a small command spot. I've got 4, basically these are programmable blocks. But they're the AI computer core mod. It adds this block here for the large grids, and then they have one for small grids. And of course, I've got a timer for each up there. There are some screen LCDs there, a text panel there, and then we can go on up to the tower and look at the views. And I have some consoles up here as well. Just a few. So yeah, that's what I did with the this command building. I think it turned out pretty well. And so today's agenda is to at least start construction of the garage here. And I haven't yet just determined, I've not determined quite yet just how tall I want this thing to be. Basically, some of these are going to be windows. I am going to have a walk door over here because I don't necessarily want to have to open the main garage door every time I want to go in and out of the garage. And I'll probably do the same thing over here as well. At least one of them is a walk door. I didn't really plan this one out beforehand, so we'll see how we do. I am kind of a lover of what they call classical architecture, which means that everything's pretty symmetrical. Don't get me wrong, there are some of the more modern stuff that's not symmetrical that does, I think, look just as good. But I've always just really liked the Greco-Roman style construction that's very symmetrical. I mean, if you look at my command post, it's symmetrical until you get to that tower. And that's okay. I mean, that doesn't bother me at all. Maybe some of you it's driving nuts, because I know some people with OCD it affects differently. And I apologize for you if that's the case. That's not my intention. I basically wanted that control tower to be as close to the center line of the spaceport as I could get it, and still be in that building's footprint. So that's why I put it all the way over to that one corner. And if you look, I mean, it's very close to, I mean, this line right here is right about center, so it's very close to center. Now, let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I may go with 6. Oops. I know right now you're saying, but you made your opening 7 blocks tall. And that's true, because I will put hangar doors up there, which will take up that 7th block. I got to looking last night for a friend on the Discord channel, and he was looking for different ways of putting a door on his shipyard that he built for his very, very large ship. I told him, I said, I've got this mod that I use that's, spans a really large distance, and I knew it did up to 10, but when I looked at it, it actually will allow you to build a doorway, an opening, and cover it up to 32 blocks. I mean, that's just monstrous. That would be a huge, huge building, and that's actually kind of about what he needed, was because I think the opening for his on his shipyard was like 20 blocks tall, because because that's how big his ship is. And that's one of the things we'll run into when we get out into outer space, is that the ships do get considerably larger than the ones we'll use here on the planet. But, I mean, it does stand to reason that if you're, going a long distance in space, you want to be able to take as many resources with you as you possibly can, because you don't know where the next asteroid is, or whether it will have what you need. And if you get yourself into a situation where you're about to run out of uranium, and you're close to an asteroid, and you get to it, and oh crap, it doesn't actually have any uranium. Um, Undoubtedly, it'll have iron because pretty much all of the asteroids out in space have iron. And what the ore detector thing will say is a massive deposit. Okay. I'm doing this because I do believe I'm going to take those tops off and actually convert the two sides into just into the rounded like the other buildings in the rest of the base. And then okay, so I mean, like the garage is, I mean, it's a garage, so it's not a lot. There's just not a lot to do with it, unfortunately. Now I could. Actually, I think I will. Matter of fact, because I think that would look good. I'm going to set the door back one block, so then the outside, like I did on the front gate of the wall, set it back a block, and that way we can make the outside of it look somewhat more interesting than just a great big rectangular door. Plus, it will give us the ability to cover up those the actual hangar door bits. Yeah? Now, I could be wild and crazy here and just put glass in the rest of it. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Now here's that concrete block. It's this mod here. It's there's a square block. There's that inverted the corners, the slope, and then there's a concrete column that you can use, and they're colorable, as you can see from the floor. So yeah, kind of a useful tool there. I like to keep my toolbar clean. I'll probably, yeah, I know I will. Before I can put any windows in, I'll have to make some girders and go from there. Alright. I think that looks a bit. Yeah, this is part of the reason why I set that one nanite factory to do with the upgrades for cleanup, because by default the nanites only have, the control factor only comes with one cleanup stream. So if you've got a lot of things that need to be cleaned up, it takes forever. So yeah, I made the second nanite factory with 2 upgrades for cleanups, which actually boosts my cleanup to 7, which helps considerably to get things cleaned up after, once you've been building. Alright, now I need doors. Alright. Alright. Yeah, another reason why I want to have walk doors on the sides, because that way I can put button control here for the main door. Put one there. Put another one over here. It'll take a little while for those to get finished up. May not take that long though. So I've actually got 15 construction channels with that new nanite factory. The old one had 9. Of course, I didn't have it fully upgraded. This one is fully upgraded. So it does churn. It does get things done pretty quick. Alright. So the doors are all done. The button panels are both done. Now I just need what the heck? Let's try some of these new doors I've got. We'll do this glass door. Oh, that's interesting. Almost there, just needs a couple motors. Nice. Nice. I like that. That works really well. Okay, so the only thing left here really is, well, let's see, putting in the windows on the sides there and the top. Programming up that door to work on those buttons. And then putting in some lighting, which I'm going to do that right now before I end the episode, because I'm going to use these spotlights. And let's see here. There we go. It doesn't take a bunch of these to really get lots of light in your space, because they do go forever and ever and ever. Much different from the interior lights that we have been working with. But yeah, those should provide a good amount of light for the garage here, which we do want to have plenty of light in our garage night and day, because we'll be working on things in here, maybe building new rovers or such. And so yeah, I mean, I think that's good. We pretty much got this garage all finished. I'm about to walk into my earth breakers there. I do love this drilling machine. It is pretty awesome. So, okay. And as you can see, our view to the sunrise has pretty well been cut off, just as I predicted. So anyway, thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.